Hi, friends. Welcome back to the Introverted Leadership Podcast. I found myself back in a meeting last week, reviewing progress on a key milestone. Some team members weren't on track. Ownership wasn't as clear as it should have been. So we started unpacking what happened. And as the discussion unfolded, something felt strangely familiar. Same topic, same objective, same concerns. And somehow, we were back at the starting point, questioning the very first goal. I remember thinking, I thought we were aligned already. But here we are, reopening what we believed was decided. And in that moment, something clicked. This wasn't a strategy problem. It wasn't a capability problem. It was a clarity problem. More specifically, it was a buy-in problem. Because when buy-in is missing, ownership weakens. And when ownership weakens, progress stalls. Let's unpack that. When clarity is lacking, it rarely shows up dramatically. It shows up quietly. Meetings loop instead of land. Decisions get revisited. Objectives are reworded but not reinforced. People nod in the room and hesitate later. Momentum slows and no one quite knows why. That's the danger. Because when clarity is weak, teams don't stop working. They just stop moving forward effectively. So what do leaders do when they sense misalignment? They communicate more. We open the toolbox. Large group presentations, small group workshops, one-on-ones, email summaries, Slack threads, dashboards, follow-up notes. And when the large group meeting doesn't drive buy-in, many leaders default to one-on-ones. One-on-ones can be powerful, but they are expensive in time and energy. And here's the pattern I've seen again and again. You clarify direction in 5 separate one-on-ones. You bring everyone back together, and the misalignment still exists because clarity isn't about repeating the message in smaller rooms. It's about shared ownership. Without shared ownership, teams stay busy, but not aligned. And if you're a middle manager, you feel this tension the most. Strategy flows downward. Execution flows upward. You sit in the middle, translating vision into action. When clarity breaks, pressure hits you from both sides. Above you, why isn't this moving? Below you, are we sure this is the right direction? If alignment doesn't stick, it reflects on your leadership. Not because you didn't communicate, but because communication didn't convert into commitment. And here's something we don't talk about enough. Clarity is not saying it louder. It's not saying it more often. It's not sending longer emails or adding more slides. Clarity is not information transfer. Clarity is alignment around ownership. It's when people don't just understand the objective, they feel responsible for advancing it. And one reason buy-in fails is simple. People process clarity differently. Some team members want the outcome and the decision. Some want enthusiasm and shared momentum. Some want stability and clarity on impact. Others want detail, logic, and risk mitigation. Technical teams want feasibility. Testing teams want criteria. Strategy leaders want coherence. Operational leads want sequencing. If you communicate in only one style, part of the room disconnects. And disconnection later looks like resistance. That's when meetings start looping. So what changes it? Here's what I've learned. First, separate explanation from alignment. After presenting direction, don't just ask, does this make sense? Ask, what concerns do you see? Surface hesitation early. Second, confirm ownership, not just understanding. Instead of are we aligned, ask, who owns this next step? Ownership anchors clarity. Third, stress test the objective. Ask someone to explain the goal back in their own words. If articulation differs, alignment isn't complete. And fourth, address friction directly. If something feels off, pause and name it. Clarity grows when unspoken doubts are acknowledged. When this shift happens, something changes. Meetings shorten, decisions stick, momentum rebuilds. If you've ever walked out of a meeting thinking, we just talked for an hour and nothing moved, it may not be a strategy issue. It may not be a competence issue. It may be a clarity issue. And clarity is a leadership discipline. If you want to understand your unique leadership style, especially how you build alignment and drive buy-in, I've created a free 3-minute assessment at introvertedleadershipwithivy.com. You'll also find leadership tools, frameworks, and scenario-based insights there. And you can follow the podcast on YouTube for bite-sized introverted leadership moments. Because clarity isn't about talking more, it's about leading so things actually move. Until next time, lead quietly but confidently.